Beyond the Podium, sponsored by Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Innovative cancer treatment close to home. Together, we're making cancer history.
I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan, joining you from Milan, Italy for the 2026 Winter Olympics. We are so excited to bring you the sights, the sounds, the competition, the culture, everything behind the scenes of what's happening here as if you were here yourself. We have a lot to show you, so let's get started. Just like Team USA that has representation with athletes from coast to coast, Team Tegna has a large group of journalists here that are covering the games for you, including Cheryl Preheim, who's from Atlanta. She is an Olympic veteran.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be in Italy. We can't wait to bring you all the games. This is number 8 for me, and they're all so different.
Well, they are, and this one is so spread out.
Yeah, this one's unique, I think, in a really great way, especially for you at home, because you're going to get to watch events happening in 8 different parts of Italy, so you get to experience the best that Italy has to offer, from the great energy and the fast-paced vibe of the city of Milan to that snow globe kind of atmosphere in the mountains of Cortina.
During the 2026 Winter Olympics,
or the Olympic end,
organizers like Rafaela Pena,
I'm head of brand identity and look of the games,
are working to show the world the best of Italy.
So it's still beauty, but in a different way.
Putting the host city of Milan in the spotlight.
Because Milan is the second largest city in the country, one of the most famous in the world.
Along with the spectacular mountain scenery of this Olympics' second host city, Cortina.
But then is the mountains.
Where they hosted the Winter Games in 1956, and the majestic Dolomite Mountains, tied with the charming mountain village, still take your breath away.
We have many other fantastic mountain venues, but Cortina is the most famous one because, first of all, it hosted the games already in 1956, and this is quite unique.
But these games will also show the beauty of the Italian people.
We want them to see the idea of talent.
A country of painters, sculptors, and musicians who have created some of the world's finest architecture.
It's more in the beauty of qualities. That's why we like to talk about the beauty of people, the beauty of talent, the beauty of the genius in Italy.
That Rafaela says during these Olympics will be seen on the world's biggest stage.
Simple things, you can still have a lot of beauty and something really original.
So different Olympic events in different places. In the beautiful mountain village of Cortina, women's alpine skiing is going to be there, bobsled, skeleton luge. Livigno has snowboarding. Milan has all the rinks. So think about hockey and U.S. figure skating, which is also popular. But really you have the advantage at home because you get to see it all, experience all the beauty and the diverse landscape of Italy without having to figure out the trains, because it's a lot. It's almost 5 hours from Milan to Cortina.
Right, and I'm from Indianapolis, and I'm saying that's the distance from Indianapolis to Nashville.
Right.
I mean, it's a big thing. To kind of simplify that, think of that more as like the ice events in Milano, and then the snow events outside, and it's a journey to get there.
Yeah, so you get to experience sort of this contrast of the city and the quaint mountains. So you think about if someone came to the United States for the first time and they only saw Dallas, they wouldn't really experience all the U.S. has to offer. You want to see Salt Lake City, you want to see both coasts. So we get that experience through northern Italy at these 26 games. Really unique, and it's going to be magical.
Yeah, so exciting. Cheryl, thank you. As you can imagine, it is a huge task to get everything to support Team USA here to Italy, and part of the responsibility for that is the USOPC. They are headquartered in Colorado Springs, and now our Corey Miller, who's from St. Louis, takes a look at the big effort to get everything from there to here.
At the United States Olympic Paralympic Training Center Sports House in Colorado Springs, Sam Hubbard.
Yep, my name's Sam Hubbard. I'm an Associate Director of Logistics at the USOPC.
And his small, hard-working team.
It's a constant flow of deliveries down here at the Sport House.
Know how to pack for a trip. Spending the months before the 2026 Winter Olympics.
Things started arriving probably at the beginning of September, and it was a constant flow for about 6 weeks.
Packing up clothes, food, equipment.
You can unload that container right there.
Even guitars athletes might want or need.
Recreate our high performance center here, our training centers. We want them to feel like they're back in the US when they're competing in foreign countries.
Filling dozens of semi-trucks with thousands of boxes all piled onto more than 300 pallets.
Yeah, we're estimating it's going to be about 300 to 325 pallets all said and done.
Everything going on the truck.
With each item logged.
Have a paper trail for everything.
And accounted for.
Yeah, we have to know everything that's on these pallets, from a pen to a pillow and everything in between.
Before it's driven to Norfolk, Virginia, where it's all put on a boat, then shipped to Milan, Italy.
24 days estimated sailing time.
A crucial job to keep Team USA competing at its best in an Olympic event.
It's a wide variety of things that we bring over there to make the athletes comfortable.
That for Sam and his crew all started long before the games.
One of the coolest jobs I'll ever get to do. It's exhausting, but it's so much fun.
As you can imagine, the logistics of these games provides extra challenges for the crews that are working to cover all the action out on the field of play. David Greenberg takes a look behind the scenes of how NBC wants to get it done.
It's an Olympic team that doesn't compete for medals, but allows you to watch it all.
We have cameras everywhere. We have new technology at just about every one of our venues.
Throughout the 2026 Winter Olympics, spanning across all of northern Italy, NBC will provide more than 700 hours of broadcast and 2,500 hours of streaming coverage, none of which is possible without the hard work of a 2,600-person crew operating between northern Italy and Stamford, Connecticut.
Show control rooms are back in Connecticut. The vast majority of our editing, all of our graphics, all comes from operations back in Connecticut. Here in Milan and Cortina and all the other places, this is where our reporters and our commentators and our play-by-play announcers and the people that support that effort.
There's also a group of former athletes in front of the camera, Olympic greats who have won 41 medals, 22 of those golds, so that you at home get that front row seat to history. Reporting in Milan, outside San Siro Stadium.
It is the photo op in Milan. We're talking about the Duomo. Coming up, we're going to take you inside. There is no doubt that Leonardo da Vinci is one of Italy's most favorite sons. An artist, an engineer, you can see his touches just about anywhere you go. Leonardo da Vinci is a most famous Italian. His statue here in front of the Milan Opera House is surrounded by 4 of his students.
We have all the tourists coming by taking a picture with Leonardo.
Da Vinci lived in Milan for 20 years, and in that time, he painted masterpieces. Big ones like the Virgin of the Rocks, the Mona Lisa, and the Last Supper, still on display in Milan. They are paintings that changed how art was made by adding feeling and emotion like never before.
In the Last Supper, after Jesus said, "One of you is going to betray me," we have the reaction. And how do you paint the feelings? With a body language.
And beyond art, he had many talents.
Did you know that he composed music? Leonardo invented riddles and jokes. Leonardo was even a wedding planner.
He lived in the Storza Castle and offered plans for the Milan Cathedral, as well as engineering designs for flight. And he designed a new type of lock for the once extensive canals of Milan. And in this country known for Italian fashion, Da Vinci was one of the very first to design costumes for the Milan operas. A true Renaissance man blending art, music, and science so well that Leonardo da Vinci is still influencing our world today. Our coverage continues now with Matt Renew, who is from Denver, and I've lost track. How many Olympics have you been at so far?
10 Olympics.
Oh
10.
my gosh, you're the ultimate veteran. Every Olympics is different and has that kind of signature spot or photo op, if you will.
Every one, you know, in Paris, the Summer Games, we saw the Eiffel Tower. This one, it's the Milan Cathedral. You're going to see this throughout the Olympics. If you come to Milan, it's definitely the #1 tourist attraction that people want to see. And during the Olympics, if you come out here, you're going to want to see that cathedral inside and out. At the center of Milan, Italy is a tourist attraction.
Wow is what everybody says.
Tour guide Alessandro Panini says people always want to see.
It's stunning, impressive. This is really the wow effect. It's something that everybody is thrilled seeing.
The Milan Cathedral is a marvel of art and architecture. 6 centuries in the making, with work starting in 1388, then ending just 60 years ago in 1965.
The last important part to be added is the very last bronze door back in 1965.
Today, it's one of the world's largest churches, loaded with statues, including the cathedral's most famous.
Can you see her up there, the golden statue? That is the Virgin Mary, and she's been overlooking the city ever since 1776.
Who looks small from the ground, but actually stands more than 30 feet tall.
She is a symbol of the city.
In fact, this cathedral's dedicated to the Virgin Mary, and her smaller statue on the front door,
she's right here,
has been touched so many times by tourists, it's shiny.
People come and rub her, that's why she's so shiny.
There's also another famous statue here.
Looks like someone you know across there in the United States.
That looks a lot like the Statue of Liberty in New York.
The big difference, you can see she's holding a cross to the side.
Just a few statues of many that they keep adding to on this cathedral.
We added another new statue to the cathedral, not because we needed one, we have more than 3,400 in 2014.
There are also 135 spires around the church, and tourists can see them from outside in the courtyard, or they can head inside, where this church is even more impressive. With frescoes, sculptures, and stained glass everywhere. Before heading back outside onto the roof, where there's a view of Milan and the cathedral that really soar.
In and out, but even more interesting, up on the roof, because you can access the roof and you can walk in there next to the spires, enjoy the view of the city. It's one of the very unique places to go to indeed.
From here, you not only see the church up close, but you see Milan in a one-of-a-kind way, from an iconic symbol that has survived.
We have a few damages still over here.
The fighting in World War II, with some of the damage from those battles left as a reminder.
Are the evidence of the many damages we got during World War II. Milano was a big target back then. The cathedral survived pretty well. We restored whatever else was damaged, but this we kept as a memory.
It's all part of the history of this church.
When you stand in front of it, it's enormous, it's grand, it's one of the largest churches in the world.
That Alessandro says has been at the heart of Milan for centuries.
It's a built in beautiful marble that makes it even more special.
Wow, it's been so fun to watch the people that are doing that tour up on the roof, and they're, Matt, look at, you can see them going up those stairs right there. I haven't gone in yet. It's a must-do item. I can't wait to go inside.
Absolutely, it's beautiful, the stained glass, more statues inside, and then when you get up on that roof, that's the real view of the city of Milan. It took 600 years to build that cathedral. To put that in perspective, it started during the rise of the Ottoman Empire, and they finished building it during the rise of the Beatles. So it took a long time to get that church built, and it's worth every minute to see it.
Yeah, every little detail. All right, Matt, thanks so much. She's a Team USA flag bearer. She is a defending Olympic champion. This is her third Olympics. Our conversation with Erin Jackson is ahead.
It's pretty overwhelming, I guess, to think about it, and yeah, it's just a really big honor. I'm just yeah, I can't even find the words for it, but yeah, I'm really proud to be able to carry the flag. Be able to experience it last games with Brittany carrying the flag, and now this time with me carrying the flag, it's been really awesome. Looked up to her ever since then, and it's just, amazing to kind of continue that legacy. Yeah, I know she'll be right by my side.
We certainly hope you enjoyed opening ceremony, and if you watched, you saw Erin Jackson leading the way for Team USA. She stood out because she wore that blue coat when the rest of the team was wearing white, because that distinguished her role. This was something that was voted on by her teammates. This is Chris Egan. He's from Seattle, and you've been covering her for quite some time now.
What a special moment to see Erin Jackson carrying out that flag, and she gives a lot of credit to her U.S. teammate Brittany Bowe, who also carried out the flag at a past Olympics. And it was Brittany Bowe, when you go back to 2022, who gave up her spot for Erin Jackson to go to the Olympics. That was during the trials, and Erin Jackson went on to win a gold medal. Pretty cool stuff there.
Yeah, she was the champion, and I just love these backstories.
Yeah, and this U.S. speed skating team overall could be one of the best in U.S. history at an Olympic Games, with Speedy Jackson leading the way.
Erin Jackson has been skating in circles for as long as she can remember.
My earliest memories were probably growing up skating in my driveway, just up and down the driveway in my little plastic skates that would attach to my shoes.
When Erin was 10, she took up inline speed skating. As a senior in high school, she won a gold medal at the 2008 World Junior Championships.
I just loved going fast, because even before that, when I was just hanging out at the open sessions, I was the one getting in trouble for skating too fast. So yeah, I just always loved it.
In 2017, Jackson followed the path of her mentor, Brittany Bowe, and transitioned from inline to ice. Just 4 months later, Jackson made the 2018 Olympic team.
I wasn't expected to go out there and do anything crazy, but I was happy to be there, and getting the experience was really awesome.
Leading up to the 2022 games, Jackson slipped in her heat at the trials and finished third, with only the top two making the team. Race winner Brittany Bowe opted to give up her spot to allow her longtime friend a shot at a medal.
See, I've looked up to Brittany since I was a kid, and she's always just been the best example of everything good, just a really good mentor to have.
Brittany's act of kindness would lead to history. In Beijing, Erin won the 500-meter race by 0.08 of a second. It was Team USA's first women's 500-meter gold since 1994. And Jackson became the first black woman to win an Olympic speed skating individual gold medal.
It's still hard to put all the different feelings into words, I guess. It was, there were a lot of tears, a lot of hugging with all my teammates and my coaches and all the staff. It was just, a really magical moment.
And now she's ready to defend her title in Italy.
I really like pressure. I think pressure kind of helps push me to what I need to do, because I'm kind of a really relaxed person. So yeah, the pressure kind of amps me up a little bit.
So Erin Jackson with a great chance to medal on the men's side. Look out for Jordan Stolz. He could definitely bring home a gold medal.
And it's not just those two. This is a really impressive team in skating and speed skating overall.
Well, when you talk about Erin Jackson, Jordan Stolz, Brittany Bowe, that's long track speed skating. I mentioned the entire team could be the best in Olympics history, including short track speed skating, which is Kristen Santos Griswold, the fastest in the world, and Corinne Stoddard as well. Those two could go 1-2, so we'll see. It's going to be fun for the speed skaters.
Yeah, that is such exciting action. Chris, thanks so much.
You bet.
No doubt the Team USA athletes here for us are the VIPs. But the star they're so excited to see is Snoop Dogg. His role here at the Games as Beyond the Podium continues. Cortina has an Olympic history, hosting the Games back in 1956. And there's a site that had a key role at the Games 70 years ago. It's been transformed, and it's a center of attention for these Games too. Alicia Lewis from Minneapolis brings us that story.
The Italian mountain town of Cortina is filled with beauty, and Cortina-born Giacomo Colli says,
I'm born in Cortina, raised in Cortina.
A lot of Olympic history.
And the first Olympics here in Cortina really changed the lives of people from Cortina.
Cortina hosted the 1956 Winter Olympics, and the opening ceremony stadium where they held figure skating and hockey.
People during the Olympics will be mainly seated on the long side.
70 years later, is still being used, playing a big part in the 2026 Winter Olympics, with curling being held here after some big upgrades.
The venue here, it's quite old because it was built in 1952 for the 1956 Olympic Games. But now with the 2026 Olympics, they're renovating it, building new changing rooms and making it more accessible for wheelchair people.
The once open-air stadium,
but back in the days it was an open air,
now has a blue roof on it, but the original 1950s wooden structure surrounding the inside of the ice arena,
wooden part is the old one, and the blue one is the new seating,
is still there, along with the original metal floors that are perfect for curling fans to make a lot of noise.
We did stuff here, everybody.
And located next door to the women's alpine ski racing venue and the 2026 Olympic bobsled course.
That's the last curve of the bobsled track.
Giacomo says this historic ice arena will help add the next chapter in Cortina's rich Olympic history.
A great opportunity for Cortina having the Olympics back again.
Milan is such a great destination when there isn't an Olympics, but when there is an Olympics, there's just everything Milan has to offer and so much more. There's the arts, there's the culture, there's the architecture, and now we've got star wattage that's coming in town. So joining us with the best thing that he's seen is Jake Wittenberg, who joins us from Seattle. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend. How about this? This is phenomenal.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Great. And we were actually together when we saw this amazing star come to town.
What a moment, right?
Yeah.
So the best thing I've seen so far is Snoop Dogg. We were there when he arrived in Milan. For the first time, he surprised the Team USA snowboarding cross team. They had no idea Snoop was coming. He came up behind them when they arrived to get their uniforms and to get processed, and they were over the moon to see Snoop. He's become a global celebrity. He's like the mayor of the Olympics. There's something about his presence that really just makes everybody smile.
Yeah, you know, he made his debut going around with NBC at the Paris Games, and now Team USA has tapped him to be an honorary coach for Team USA. And we heard the snowboard cross athletes say, Coach Snoop, Coach Snoop, you know. And I looked it up because I thought, what is it about this guy? I mean, wherever he is, he brings so much energy, so much life. 88 million followers on Instagram.
That's incredible. Yeah, he has a global following, doesn't he? The Olympics is perfect for him.
Yeah.
It was funny, too, as we were talking to the snowboarding cross team, full of a bunch of young athletes, first-timers. Nick Baumgardner, this is his 5th Olympics. He's 44 years old, my age, and we grew up with Snoop. He had a little different experience, I think, than the younger guys, which was fun to see.
He was like, I actually know who he is.
Right.
I know his music.
Right. He said, my friends are going to freak out when they see I got to meet him. But honestly, his presence, his thoughtfulness was so fantastic. I just did not see the super celebrity in him. He was just a normal guy.
Yeah, he really was. And his message to everyone was peace and love. Not too bad. All right. Thanks so much, Jake. I want to introduce you to our team real quick. This is our team photo. The people that you've seen here on camera and some of the other key members that work behind the scenes to bring you all the sights and sounds, the stories that are beyond the podium here in Italy. Thank you so much for watching on the Anne-Marie team.
Beyond the Podium, sponsored by Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center.